Good evening, everyone. This is Gil with Camppatton Family Compound. With me tonight, we have Tammy from Rebel Canners and Mark from ChefTech. It is time for the Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's starting topic is canning myths.
I like how you changed that to starting topic.
Well, just because I know we are going to, this one is going to lead us into going to other areas, which may not be myths, but inconsistencies. Anyway, so yeah, we'll start and keep on coming back to canning myths. But I know we're going to go elsewhere too, and the chat's going to go elsewhere too. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat. First one in was Crew 1351 saying hi to all three of us. Then Shady Hill Homestead came in. And see, then you're commenting on both sides, Tammy's and mine.
Well, I comment on StreamYard. I comment on StreamYard, so it goes to both sides. But I'm gonna hop over to Tammy's side to be the moderator. So hold on.
All right. And so prepared for us here. Geeky Gardens is in the house. And let's see, we got Uncle Richard showed up. Uncle Richard is over on Tammy's side, as is Diana, and Diana's on my side too. And everyone's chit-chatting there back and forth. And yeah, I noticed that on mine. I opened it a half an hour ago, and it said there was 7 minutes to go to start, and it wouldn't start till I hit refresh the page. Yeah. And then when it plays an ad, it stops the live stream, plays the ad, and the live stream back up, so you're several minutes behind.
That's what happens to Uncle Richard every time. He's watching, and an ad pops up. He lets it play for a few, and then hits skip, and now you're like a minute or two behind on the stream, unless you hit the little live button in the corner. But on a phone, if you do that, sometimes you wind up exiting.
Yeah. I've already canned all my myth. What's the next topic? And Little Lone Prepper just came in, as did Moon Over Miami and Kaylin Strain. So Kayla's kind of listening. She's in a Zoom meeting, so she's probably got an earbud in listening. Oh, all right. So canning myths. What kicked this one off was about 3 weeks ago. I was I get since I'm subscribed to Rebel Canners, I get stuff kicked over to my feed all the time. And someone posted, I just heard that I can't can white peaches, that it's against the rules. And it popped up. I saw it popped fairly quickly, and the numbers of comments that were firing in on that was so fast and funny. Most of them, I would say 95%, were saying whoever said that was lying to you. You can do it. We can it all the time. They're a little bit more delicate, but you can white peaches.
Oh.
And someone says, when I tried to fall apart, and someone said, well, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're cooking the crap out of them and boiling them too long. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, so that there are a bunch that you'll see, especially from the Kool-Aid drinking sites, that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot do that.
So I'll give them a little bit of credit for one thing and one thing only, is that they are following the guidelines that are put forth by the whatever book it is.
Yeah,
they can't go wrong. Okay, right. It will work. You're not going to be doing anything else. That's
you
why
are limited.
Tammy created hers. Yeah,
you're limited.
That's why Tammy created her page.
Yep. So that was the first big one that I ran into, was you can't do this. I mean, that kicked it off, that made me do it. one of the ones I've heard for years.
You want me to prove it? I still have like 8 jars from 2017 downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, you can't can pears for, they won't last more than a year. Yeah, my mom did half gallon bottles of pears.
Well, they won't last long. They won't last longer than a year because of the lids, but that's another problem.
Although this was back in 71, these lids lasted. These aren't the modern.
No. I'm saying that people said it won't last more than a year is because of the lids. After about a year, they fail, and then you get sick if you eat it.
But yeah, these were curd jars, curd lids back in 1971. We went out to a farm, picked I don't know how many flats of
peaches or pears.
She did it and everything else, and she was reading on it, and she goes, "Oh, if you keep them from turning brown, add so much of this per quart, per pint, so much per quart. No, nothing for half gallons. Oh, I'll just triple it."
Yeah, sure.
We moved in 73, 2 years later, to Arizona. Those got packed in the back of the one of the spare bedrooms of the house we were staying in till I graduated from high school in 75. Then we moved them back to Northern California, and they got put in the milk barn down there in the side locker room of the milk barn, and a bunch of other stuff. And they finally got opened up 3 years later after that, and we found the canning jars there full of stuff. We put them on. They were immaculate. They looked like they were just canned 2 days ago. All right. And it took us several years to go through all those pears. But yeah. So those are, I've seen several people talking about, fruit's only good for 6 months or a year, then it goes bad, and they usually that's what they say.
It doesn't go bad. The quality degrades. I know this because I made a bunch of jellies when I first started really heavy into it. I mean, kiwi strawberry, all that stuff. And there she is. And then after about 2 years, I opened a jar up. It just tasted like sugar.
Yeah.
It was not. It was like it just tasted. I was like, yeah, we're done with these. It didn't have much of it. It was just my test phase.
Yeah.
My favorite canning myth is that if you can fruits and vegetables and meat, they lose all their vitamins over time. So what they do is they're only measuring whole vitamins. Yes, the vitamins start to break down, but the components are still in the jar. Our bodies are these huge, wonderful designed nuclear reactors that can take parts of things and put them back together. That's why you eat beans with rice or beans with corn, so that you can have a complete protein. Your body can put that.
She totally froze. She thought you might lose signal there.
Yeah, I pulled in the driveway and hooked to the Wi-Fi.
Hey, we're better now. Awesome.
But our bodies can put those incomplete proteins, those parts of vitamins back together and create the whole nutrient it needs. So if you still drink all the juice that is on those peaches that are 5 years old, you're still getting the exact same vitamins you put in that jar as when you canned it the same day.
Yeah.
They're just not measuring for that.
Yeah.
Right. He does degrade some things, but not everything.
Certain basic elements
it does. It breaks it down, but you're still got the same atoms in there. You still got the same ingredients in there. Yeah. Are they broke down? Yes. Can our bodies put them back together and piece them together to make the whole? Yes.
But here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing positive on that. Our bodies break them down to assimilate them too. So sometimes it speeds up the process of certain vitamins and certain minerals. It goes to work right away.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I know this has been around for a long time, and Tammy's made comment on it, and I've made comments on
Going
it.
up. Okay, love you.
And thank you. I love you too.
Ah, shut up. Sorry, I forgot my microphone was on. Fine, you're going on mute.
I know what's going on. Your wife was saying she's going upstairs, and but anyway, is that only commercial companies are able to can certain things. No one else can can them because you're not a commercial company.
It won't be safe. You will die from some strange B word. Yeah, Tammy's favorite word.
As if being a commercial company entitles them to violate the laws of physics and of the universe.
Thank you. Because when you're a commercial company, apparently the temperature that something burns at is miraculously higher than in your house at home. Oh, they cook it at higher temperatures. No, they don't. It would burn.
Yeah.
Please use some common sense, people.
Little Lone Prepper just brought up a good one. I was going to bring it up too. I was just actually talking to somebody in the store about this today. When you can sauerkraut, the probiotics and all the living things in there that are good for you, it does kill those. So you kind of lose the probiotic stuff from fermented food. If you can it, the heat will kill that part of it. All the other stuff is still there. But yeah, canning sauerkraut, it still tastes good. It's probably still good for you in some respects or most respects. But some of the probiotic stuff that was a living organism in there, it dies in the heat, which is why you ferment it and not just throw it in jars and can it.
Yeah. The other pet peeve I have, having my grandparents and my aunt and uncle, I grew up in an apple orchard. If you cook your apple juice at all, or your apple cider at all, it is by definition immediately apple juice. So all that stuff they sell in the store that has been pasteurized is really just apple juice. There's no
apple
they
juice
don't make apple cider
with
anymore.
A tang.
Yeah.
Apple juice with a tang. They probably throw a little vinegar in there to give it that cidery flavor.
Yeah, you really have to get raw apple cider to get the probiotics and all the nutrients and all the good stuff. Just throwing that out there.
You buy it at the orchard that does it there. I bought pear cider. Oh, that was good. Expensive, but whoa. I couldn't drink the whole quart. I think it was a half a gallon I bought. No, it was a quart. And I drank some out of the jug on the way home. I'm like, and he even warned me, this guy I get all my fruits and vegetables from. He's like, yeah, don't chug it all at once, Mark. I know you're capable of that. I took a sip. I was like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, don't do it. He's like, you'll be in the bathroom all night. I was like, okay, I won't do that.
I'll do half of it.
No, it took me like a week to drink that in double shot glasses.
Yeah.
And I've drank some really great apple juice from some really great local orchards, and they irradiate it. So I guess it's still cider, but again, then you've killed the probiotics too. So, think about that as we go into this. There's a happy thought for Paul.
We're going to be canning does eliminate some things. Living organisms die. If a probiotic is a living organism, it dies.
Yeah. All right. Next thing here, which has been, which makes me just shake my head at anyways, low acid things must be pressure canned. You can't water bath them.
Yeah, unless you live in Europe where you don't have a pressure canner, in which case, no, you must just water bath it for 3 hours. But anyway.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
It's different. It's different. Food is different over in Europe. Come on. They have different apples.
Hey, I'm not talking about Europe. I'm talking about the Amish and Mennonites here.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, this is what happened with me. I was trying to I had two pressure canners going with taco meat in it, and the seal on the Presto decided, this is when we're going to go bad. And the All-American was full, and it was still heating up, and the Presto being thinner aluminum heats up faster. And it was sitting
Right.
just a rolling boil, and it was, you know, it was going around the seal. And it's like, okay, the seal shot. And so I just carefully lifted the thing off. Okay, there's a, you know, like maybe a quarter of a pound, maybe had been able to build up in it, if that at all.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, there's nothing. I put finger, okay, there's the bubbles. Okay, it's instantly gone. Opened it up, no sign of seepage. I fired up a kettle. So I put the lid back on it, fired up a kettle, got boiling water, added boiling water till it was above the lid, put it back on it, and and when it was rolling boil, started the clock. And by the time the All-American cooled down enough that I could take it out, I had hit my 3-hour time limit. So it's like, okay, I'll take this out.
So isn't that technically where steam canning would come in? Because if you kept the lid on there, even with the weight leaking around the gasket, your steam would be at or above 212, regardless of the fact that the water level was over the top of the jars.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know
technically,
I didn't know that then, but now I do. Yeah.
Well, I'd never done that, but technically, I guess, Tammy, correct me, but if you can keep it at a rolling boil, and if you have enough water in there, and the steam, you have a lid on it where it's sealed pretty well, still letting steam evacuate, you're going to lose water volume, but you're going to keep that temperature at 212 or a little bit above for the entire 3 hours, even if the water level drops below jar height. Is that correct, Tammy, or am I speaking out of my rebel
high
butt?
altitudes. Remember, altitude changes the boiling point of water.
Oh, that's right. And Gil is at
so you
Gil's at like 19,000 feet.
Yeah. So there's a max out on that. I'm just throwing that. Sorry, the physics teacher and me
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I put the lid on. I cinched it down again and put the weight on it, and it was just seeping around the seal. So it started building up a little bit of pressure. The gauge came up to about 2 or 3 pounds, and that was it. So I did the 3 hours, and because it was meat, even, you know, it was ground beef, even though it was fully cooked and went in straight hot from the pot into the jar, into it.
Oh my gosh, here's another canning myth. You can't can ground meat.
Wait. I have the meme for it. My lid went ping. It must be canned. Yes. Tammy remembers that. I was making those Gil, you got that one, right?
I got that one, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But it was, that was the one they were like, oh, you can't, that went around for a while. You couldn't can ground beef because grinding it, which I sterilized, not sanitize, I sanitize, sorry, my meat grinder before I use it and after I use it every time. But apparently, you know, ground meat is unsafe because it's bacteria in all the little pores of the ground.
Oh, it's too dense. Your temperature will never reach them. There it is.
Yeah. Yes. I love that guy too.
Yeah.
I put that meme up so many times because everybody, you know, the infamous, I was coming home from Walmart and all of a sudden my jars started going ding, ding, ding. I'm like, yeah, because it was 70 degrees in the store and your car was 40 degrees in the wintertime. All this air got a little bit smaller inside and pulled the lids down. And people, actually on those posts, the side chat comments and Messenger between me and so many other people, we were just rolling. It's like, these people are going to die. The lid went ping. It must be done. It's like, oh my God, you're going to die.
But here's the other thing. Just because your lid seals does not mean your food is safe to eat. Because I know somebody that would open kettle soup with meat in it. And this person was always complaining to me why are my kids always sick? Why are my kids always sick? And then I'm in a group and I see her post. And she wanted help with the medical bills. I see her post that when she would fill her jars from the soup and put them in the soup while she was cooking it.
What? I remember that. That was a long time ago. Holy crap.
She would cook it inside the soup to
Preserve
and
it.
not for 3 hours, just for like
No.
20 minutes, just when she's heating up the soup for like 20
Wait.
minutes, and then she'd put it on the shelf and then feed it to her kids later. I don't know how those
Wait, but
lids didn't pop open.
didn't she also, isn't the other one is, I flip my jars upside down. That helps the lids. No, it doesn't do crap. Sorry, the jar flipping thing is like from grandma's grandma
You
from
do that
some
when you want
family
to
somewhere.
sanitize. When you're open kettling, you do that to sanitize the lid. So the boiling food is supposed to sanitize the lid you didn't.
Oh, technically the steam in there while you're doing that should also do that, but whatever.
Technically, yes. But I'm just telling you, this is not a person you. Okay, I'm going to be very honest here. This is my ex-husband's ex-wife. So she felt I owed that I should pay her kids' medical bills, and she's trying to food poison them.
Well, I learned it from Tammy. Tammy taught me to do this. No, I never taught you that.
I did not teach her that. I didn't. She lived in another state, and we never met. I never laid eyes on the woman, and she never laid eyes on me.
Are you sure she didn't do you sure she didn't do her soup in the dishwasher on sanitized mode? That's another fun one.
Well, I mean, it was her in this group, this chat group, and this was before Facebook. It was in a Yahoo chat.
Some blog.
Group.
Yeah.
Yahoo chat group. And she was in there. She didn't know I was in there. We don't live in the same state. We don't have the same friends. And she's posting this, and I'm like, so this is why these children are always sick.
Yeah.
Because, how long are you?
They were throwing up with diarrhea. I don't know why. I had to take them down to the hospital again. It's cost me a bloody fortune.
Yeah. And it's like.
And then the little kid's palate goes, Mom, this soup tastes funny. It's fine. Just eat it. It's what you got for dinner. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry. Enough bashing for now.
Before I go back to it, here's the other one. You're gonna love this one, Mark, because this is from your meme. It's like, if you can tomato sauce and stuff like that, it's only good for a year or 18 months, maybe 2 years. And then Mark goes and posts this. After everyone ate their spaghetti, I told them I canned that sauce 3 years ago.
Well, how old was your peanut butter? How old? Come on. How old was your peanut butter?
It's actually its anniversary is coming up next March. 10 years.
Yep.
Would you like? I'll wait till that thing to open another, because I opened one. What, a year and a half ago? I opened one on this channel.
I don't know. It was a while ago. Yeah.
It was a while ago. I'll open it. I got a whole bunch. I was moving stuff around. I accidentally stumbled upon, I don't know, a whole lot of cowboy candy. Went, probably didn't need to buy jalapenos 2 weeks ago, but I did. So Richard's happy. My sister's happy. Everybody's happy because now I have a ton of cowboy candy to give away to everybody and freeze dried.
I canned milk, and I did the thing, and I did 9 in my canner. And I did 1 every year. And at the 9th year, when people ask me, how long will your canned milk last? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not going to can 2 batches at the same. I didn't can 2 batches. So I only could test up to 9 years. Like after 9 years, you're on your own. I mean, if you're keeping it more than 9 years, there's a problem anyway. You should be recycling.
And that's if it worked. You'll know after a couple months if the lid pops off. It didn't work.
Yeah. No, I don't need to show that one.
My mom canned salmon, and she had it in our basement for 25 years.
Jeez.
And she was still eating the salmon when she passed away.
She must have canned a lot of salmon, or she only ate 1 a year and had 28 jars.
No, her salmon was like my potatoes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
somebody gave me 250 pounds of salmon. We're canning it all. Okay.
You got it. My dad, rest his soul, may have poached an enormous amount of salmon in 1 year once. And we canned it immediately, and we ate it until we couldn't eat no more. He didn't go fishing after that. So he did his entire lifetime of salmon fishing in 1 year once.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
I won't ask what state. Probably Alaska. No, I'm just kidding.
This next myth kind of goes back to the one Tammy was talking about, her ex-husband's first ex-wife. The B word is common in home canning. No, it's not.
No.
It's only common in the vlogs or the blogs that people talk about it to try to scare you into not doing it.
Yes. So I added this up. I can tell you the statistics. I think that there was somewhere in the 1960s was when they started counting. And the CDC, you can go on their website, and the CDC has every case recorded in there by year, by state, and by food. So you eliminate the people who ate honey they got from honey. That's another topic for another day. I'll talk on that one, but it'll take me a whole hour. So we're going to eliminate that. You eliminate the commercial cases. So this is all of the cases where it was commercially
yeah,
given.
There's more of those than home canned ones. Yeah.
Way more. So you take those out. Then you count to, and I did this in 2016, 2018, I think, somewhere in there. I counted them for fun. And there was less than 67 cases.
Well, count your ex-sister-in-law. She probably added another 15 to that one, but it never got reported because they didn't know what it was.
No, this is only botulism. We're not talking about all the other foodborne illnesses you can get from canning. So they didn't get botulism. They just got. Thank goodness she didn't have. Yeah. But anyway, so you take those out. There was between 16 and 20 people that there was a potato fiasco, one incidence. So you take that one out. We'll talk about that one in a minute. After that, so 60 minus 20 is only 40 cases, and we're going to count those other ones as a one occurrence. So there's only like 42 occurrences, with some people having less than 4. I think it wound up being 35 occurrences. Some of them had multiple people. So I took out the multiple people, 35 occurrences of botulism from home canned foods in 30, 40, almost 50 years. Doesn't even add up to one a year.
Yeah.
The number one cause in all of that, as far as the frequent causes, was
improper procedures.
Fermented fish that you then, after you fermented it, you canned it.
Oh, Surströmming.
Yeah. It's actually like the Native Alaskan people do this, and they ferment it in this special way, and it was all Alaskan fish. It was all Alaska. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe botulism is more prevalent in Alaska for whatever reason, or I don't know. In the soil there more, I don't know. But it was in fish that had been fermented first and then canned in Alaska. That was the most occurrences. I don't eat fermented fish.
No.
Obvious
me
reasons.
Neither.
So yeah. I feel I'm pretty much marked safe from botulism right there.
Yeah.
But we can talk about the lady with the potatoes. And the lady with the potatoes is actually one of the reasons why I started my group. And why? Because people weren't allowed to ask questions, and people were mixing up water bath canning and the times for pressure canning. They were trying to water bath for the pressure can times. Because people
I pulled it out after 90 minutes, and I pulled it out after 90 minutes, and the lid went ping. It must be magically preserved. Yeah, no, doesn't work like that.
And also, if you do low acid foods and water bath them, you do have to cook them before you taste them, before you eat them.
Right.
And we seem to have forgot that magic step that denatures the toxins that are produced by the organism botulism that are also referred to as botulism. Why is 3 phases of this organism referred to as the same? Everything else gets separate names. But anyway, if you boil it for 5 minutes at my altitude, it kills the botulism. You will not have any side effects. You will not know it was in there. You will never ever know, and you could have had it in your food and never known if you boil it for 5 minutes. At higher altitudes, you need to boil it longer. Any low acid foods you water bath, and you don't taste it first. You don't taste it to season it. You boil it for 5 minutes, then whatever. So when people lost those old ways, that's when these accidents have happened. Like the lady with the potatoes who wanted to make potato salad but didn't want to cook low acid potatoes. She'd water bath because she wanted a cold potato salad. You can't do that. You just can't.
Yeah.
You have to cook it first. And so because of that occurrence, I started my group. I wanted people to be able to talk. I wanted people to be taught the old ways. If you're going to do it right. Be allowed to ask questions.
Yeah.
So you can learn it right. And so I have really been on the bandwagon of, yes, you can do low acid foods, but you have to cook them before you taste them. So, and that if you go on the CDC website, they'll tell you the same thing I just said. How to avoid botulism. Number one.
That's why I got kicked off one of the big Facebook sites. I didn't get kicked off, but I got badgered so bad, and a bunch of your ladies from Rebel Canner said you got to come over here because I can. One of the first things I canned was beef barley soup. Oh my God! I thought I had killed the world. You can't can that. Oh my God! I'm like, it's fine. And a couple of the other ladies, they didn't post. They just messaged me direct, and they're like, yeah, you can. You did it right. You got to come over to our side. Yeah, come on over here. And I went over there. I was like, oh shit, these people are just asses.
Yeah. Yep. And unfortunately, there's so many people putting stuff out there, which brings up another myth. Oh, it says, I got to get the wording right here, so I don't screw this up.
Best Buy.
No, not Best Buy.
Used by.
Lost the word. So I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So they quote the thing of, oh, you can't can it because it's not authorized. It's not this. And I go, no. All that means is that they haven't tested it.
Oh, yeah. Untested does not equal unsafe.
Yes.
It's all in the money.
Like Mark's beef barley soup. I'm sorry, but Campbell's has tested that, and it can be done.
Yes.
And bananas. I when people start going, oh, you can't can bananas, it's not safe, blah 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 blah. I said, I will bet you any amount of money you want to name that you had canned bananas in your lifetime. I did not.
When you were a baby, Gerber was making it.
And then when I point out that Gerber cans them every day of the week, and you've already ate them and survived, they shut the heck up.
Well, they must have done something special to it. Yeah.
There's nothing special to it. I mean,
the only thing they added was some ascorbic acid to it, so it didn't turn brown.
Yeah. Obviously, they're really good at it, and I applaud them, and I'm not trying to replace them in any way. I do not intend to replace that company. It's a great company. It's right here in Fremont, Michigan, and they grow the green beans down the road here for that plant, and they're great. They're wonderful. They're a fabulous company. But I can do it at home if I want to.
Yeah, Richard, that's my soup. Uncle Richard's like, yep, I still have 2017 ham and pea soup and split pea soup I made. And I still have some more downstairs, Richard. Help yourself. We ate some the other day. My wife's like, do you have any pea soup? I'm like, yep. We heat it up. I was like, how is it? She's like, tastes just like you made it.
Yep. You just have to watch the lids, make sure they're not rusted.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of stuff coming up on my 10-year anniversary here that I'm probably going to have to test.
We can have a whole test. We're just gonna sit and watch
Yeah.
Mark eat
Mark,
food from 10
Mark
years
is
ago.
opening all kinds of 10-year-old canned goods, water bath,
I'll be
and
right back. I gotta go get something.
uh-oh,
We're gonna see some
Uh-oh.
pears. I thought we were gonna get some pears on here.
probably. It's got to go dig it out of the archive.
You'll be very proud of me, Mark. Sometime this week, I am canning potatoes the new way with no water.
The new way? Why is that a new way?
Because it was not that people didn't dry can potatoes until the last 10 years.
See, I canned potatoes once and they look like crap, and I still have a bunch. They look like crap in a jar. I'm like, I did that just because I got them for free. I'm like, I think I got like 8 or 10 jars down there. I'm like, yeah, probably, because I never liked the flavor of, the little canned white potatoes mom would put on the table for dinner. I'm like, they taste like crap. They just don't taste like potatoes. It tastes horrible. So that kind of tainted my attitude towards canned potatoes, which is why I make fun of you, Tammy.
Yeah.
Hey, if somebody is going to give me 500 cans of potatoes, I know that I can get 300 of them canned before they spoil.
Yep, there you go. What is that?
All right. So this was November 23.
Ain't that old.
My first pressure canning ever. Cowboy beans. Live with Cammy and Mark there chattering at me, making sure I do it right. Every lid is. Hang on, let me turn off the green screen. Gonna have to turn it off for this. Visuals. Okay, none. Okay, the lid here. The dent is. I mean, it is
just
down
just
tight. It is down tight. And
my wife, when I can, I leave the jars out. They usually stay on the counter for about a week. Every morning, my wife comes down. She takes her fingernail and plays the drums. And occasionally, I'll see a jar sitting in the middle of the kitchen table, and I got them downstairs, and I know what it is. I'll tap on it. It goes donk, donk. I'm like, yep, you're done.
Yep.
Anyways, if I can get that. All right, so this is a curd jar. This lid was bought in 1971 when my mom bought a gross case of lids.
Yeah.
So
it probably cost her $25.
Yeah, I mean, the thing had like 15 cents for on the box of the of 12. So those were in there. So it's
I still have. I think I have 4 pints of because I moved a lot of stuff around tonight. Not all of it, but on one shelf I moved a lot. I got 2 or 4 jars of taco meat I made in 2018.
I used pectin that was in my mother's house when she died that didn't have an expiration date on it. And
therefore it's good. If there's no expiration, it's still good, right? Like salt.
I'll tell you that unless she brought it with us, we moved into that house in 1980, and she passed away in 2000. So it was at least 20 years old.
And it worked? And it worked.
Oh, it worked great. Tasted wonderful.
It's pectin. Even though the little package you buy at the store with pectin, it says use by 1 year. That's it. You got to use it by next year. Why? Because if you buy too much now, next year when they're charging more, that means you have to buy more.
Yeah.
And they're not going to sell it if you don't. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. That's a marketing ploy.
Well, our government said you have to have an expiration date. Why not make it something they can profit from?
Exactly.
Right. And so, Tammy, remind everybody, what is pectin and where does it come from?
Powdered apples. It comes from your apple tree. Oh, here's another myth while we're at it. Hey, Mark, what's citric acid?
Isn't that lemon juice?
It should be, but when you buy powdered citric acid, what are you getting?
Black mold.
Black mold. Don't buy powdered citric acid if you can. Don't do it.
Over 90% of all citric acid listed in ingredients comes from black mold.
Yeah.
But it must be safe because they processed it and sell it as it's generally approved as safe.
Yeah. I do have some in my car. I do have some citric acid because I needed it for a recipe, and then I wound up just leaving it out because I know it's not the kind that came from mold, but just the thought of it is like, did they really tell me the truth or are they lying to me?
Yeah.
I didn't use it.
I use any of the fruits and stuff I can when I can it. Like I freeze dry avocados, and they're great. Wife loves them, and I take a spray bottle, nice clean sanitized one, and I put water in there and put a bunch of lemon or lime juice in there and just spray. It just keeps it from turning brown when they're freeze drying, and then throw them in jars. So I got these bright green little jars of avocado slices.
All right, so pectin comes from dehydrated apples. Can it come from freeze-dried apples then ground up into the powder to make pectin?
I don't know. I don't know if that would work.
I'm sorry, what did I miss there? Freeze-dried? What?
If you take the apples,
freeze-dried apple powder to make pectin?
Maybe, I guess, but there's still too much pulp and stuff in there. So I thought most of the pectin came from like the skins on the apples.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, same with blue. I made blueberry jam once, and my friend Steve up in New York, I mean, he just wants me to do it again. And I threw all the blueberries in the pan, added my sugar, never added pectin, and for some reason it looked like it was thickening up. So I did the spoon test on a plate, and it seemed to firm up. So I just jarred it up. I'm like, oh, if nothing else, I got blueberry syrup. And it didn't. It took about 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, it firmed up. It gelled. I'm like, wow. Now it wasn't super gelatinous like, pectin-based jellies, but it was still spreadable. It didn't run off your spoon. And he was just like, this blueberry jelly or jam, because it's jam, is the best. I'm like, well, yeah, because they were Maine blueberries I got from a friend up in Maine that were picked in the fields without spray on them. So there's that too.
You just made me think of another myth. If your jelly doesn't set, you should process it right away. Nope. It can take up to 2 weeks for jelly to set. So, but here's the other myth. Do you have to have pectin to make your jelly set up?
No.
No. And there's a whole bunch of guides, and you can read up on it. You can make pectin-free jelly, and you just have to do the spoon test, or you have to combine another fruit with it to make
like
it
apples, apple skins or whatever. I did crabapple jelly. None of it set, and I processed it a second time to try to get it to test on me. Yeah, Richard's my test bunny. Yes. He's my guinea pig. But I did it a second time, added more pectin to it, and it still never set. I'm like, I'm done with it. I use that when I make like brownies and cakes and stuff. I just pour a jar of that in there because it's got sugar in it and all the apple flavor and cinnamon in that. And oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So
my grandkids will want to pour that on their pancakes.
Yeah, I made pancakes, and I made little itty bitty like silver dollar pancakes, like 100 of them, and I used my crabapple jelly in there, not a lot of it, but a fair amount. And I made the little pancakes, cooled them off, freeze dried them. Oh, they are so good with a cup of coffee. Crunchy little pancake medallions. Yeah. Richard knows because we'll be eating those when we go out to the cabin.
We're going to make some elderberry syrup for pancakes.
There you go. Oh, Richard's getting hit with the he's getting hit with the ad, so now he's 10 minutes behind.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Let me check this over here. Well, I'm still up to date live. Yeah. Everything's running live. I'm double running stuff so I can see what the platform is making mistakes, but yeah.
Yeah, I got noticed that StreamYard's going to lose access to my accounts. I've got to give them permission again and within 5 days for Facebook and YouTube. So
yeah, I get that since I have StreamYard needs it for both my Facebook accounts. All I got to do is do one. It does them both. I got to say, and it just, okay. as soon as I get enough followers on the Camppatton actual Facebook, and not just my normal Facebook, then I would be streaming to there. But it's just slow picking it up. Too much to do. Too much work around here to do to keep it to play stuff on YouTube all the time.
I want to get beauty berries growing here. I don't have them here, so I can't. And I don't know if they grow this far north.
Oh, next year I can't wait because I got my 2 Nanking cherry plants I bought in April, and they're in 5-gallon pots on my deck. Oh, they're already 5 feet tall. So yeah, I got to get them in the ground though, because I don't want to bring them inside. It'll mess up their calendar.
You should send me some
I'm dying
pits.
for that.
If you get some cherries, you need to send me some pits.
Okay,
And
I'll get plenty of them.
And then I can plant. I'm excited. My 2 elderberries that I planted are doing really good. I just put some cuttings in water for some more.
That's what I did, and I got 3. They're still in cottage cheese containers. I got to get them out before, probably within the next month. Get them in the ground, let them stabilize so they'll winter over.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to bring those inside. It messes them up. I brought other stuff inside, and it just they fruit at the wrong time. They get some flowers, no flowers. They're all messed up.
Okay, I just looked that up for you, Tammy. Hang on here. It says beauty berries can grow in USDA zones 5B and 6, though they often die back to the ground during harsh winters and regrow from the roots. Northern, lower, and upper peninsula zone 4, zone 5 are generally too harsh. Unprotected shrubs will not likely survive the severe northern winters.
So, yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah, so the only way that's going to help to you grow up there is if you make little mini greenhouses over them and pile straw all around it.
No, it froze too hard in the ground. It killed my elderberries that I had before, so that I just started. So no, that won't help.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. What there was another myth I didn't have a chance to type it in here, and I forgot what it was. What was it about? Oh. Lids can only, once a lid, when you buy lids, they're only good for 2 years. You have to use them in 2 years. Otherwise, they start drying out and cracking.
Well, that's actually true with the ball lids. They start cracking the minute they hit the shelf in the store.
Because, like I said, I still have half a gross of boxes of Kerr lids from 1971, and I've used them and the Superb side by side in the same batch, both sealed 100%.
Yeah.
Of course, it also weighs 3 times as much as a modern ball lid.
Oh.
Yeah, the new ball lids are garbage. But anyway,
we actually had people put them on micro scales and weigh them in our group and show people that they were just very, very slightly different. But boy, do they look really different.
Well, yeah, I pick up my hands and they feel different.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anybody was doing it from back in 1971, but that rubber in there is massive on the Kerr lids from 1971.
Oh yeah, same with ball. Ball lids were good too back then.
Yeah.
It's like I still can with my mom the glass lid dome jars. Let's say the six bread and butter pickles I have left, those are in dome lid jars, and they're from 19 or 20. I think they're from 19, and they're still crispy because of the way my mom said do it this way. I followed a recipe to a T. My hands cramped up for a week because I was squeezing them out after salting them and icing them and then wringing them out. and yeah, doing that whole thing. And they're still good. My sister's like, I told me, she's like, I just ate my last bread and butter pickle. I'm like, okay, I have to make more. And I sent her a message. I was like, I just found 6 more jars. She's like, when are you coming up? That and cowboy candy.
That stuff is so good.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna freeze dry some. My wife keeps coming up with ideas. I'm like, I'm gonna drain some out, freeze dry it. When it comes out, I'm gonna crunch it up in small like crumbs, and we're gonna mix it with sour cream and make dip out of it. Mix it with cream cheese, which is even better for your bagels and stuff if you like a lot of crackers. But I'm dying to do the sour cream one. So I'll be freeze drying some of my cowboy candy here soon.
You could mix it with salt and pepper and make your own spice, like for
sure,
steak and everything. Oh,
there is sugar in it, so sweetens it up.
Well, a lot of the spices you buy in the store have like for putting on steak and stuff, have sugar on them.
Oh, you can mix some oil and vinegar, mix it with some oil and vinegar, and put on a salad.
Yes.
We'll get there. I'll come up with about 800 more ideas and probably do 10 of them.
Speaking of coming up with new ideas, if anybody watching has a topic they'd like to see us address, you can email me at campattonfamilycompound@gmail.com or Tammy at rebelcanners@gmail.com and tell us, hey, can you talk about this? And we'll add it. If we haven't done it in the last 9 months, we'll add it to the calendar so we can work it in.
Hey, Tammy, here's one for you. I remember this one off of your site, your Facebook page. Can I recan my canned foods and make it last another 5-10 years? If I can something like soup and it's like 5-8 years old, it's like, I don't trust it. Can I recan it and what's it going to do to the flavors, and should I even bother?
I wouldn't bother. I would eat it up.
Right.
But you can, I open up tomatoes and put them in and make soup out of them.
Oh, so do I.
And my soup.
Yeah.
So, you can, but should you always? Probably not. But, I guess it depends on how valuable that is to you or, how long it's been in the jar. But, I would, if I had tomatoes that were 8 years old and I was making a soup, I would throw those in and then recan it. But soups are different because they're very pureed and, you want soup to be mushy. So there's that.
Tammy was staining her deck.
Oh, hi, Tammy.
All righty. So we're getting near to the hour mark here. Anything else that myths that come to mind, folks in the side chat? Have you heard anything that someone says, "Oh, you can't do this because of this"?
Now, the only thing out there is Richard said, no matter what mark cans and how old it is, it's still edible.
I had one this week. They said somebody told them that they couldn't can spaghetti sauce with oil and garlic in it. I know, and I'm like, I don't know who told you that. And they were water bathing it, but
I don't know. All my meat sauce that I can has like a, I don't know, 1/8 inch slick of beef fat on it, usually, and whatever oil is mixed in with it.
I have an approved recipe from an alphabet soup group that tells me to put a couple tablespoons of oil in, and
I can my tallow. Oh, and I found
garlic in it.
Right.
So, I don't know who told this person that, but I told them to to stop listening to anything they say about canning because they're obviously grossly wrong, and they haven't even read the approved book.
Right.
Because, it's common sense. If you can find an approved recipe, you can, follow it. I have found several approved recipes for spaghetti sauce in particular that have a little bit of oil.
I have my own approved recipes. They're approved by me.
Well, I've tested my recipes for more than 20 years. They're approved by me and my family.
Right. Well, there you go. I'm testing mine for 10.
Yeah.
So I did find as I'm rearranging my shelf, I was like, oh, here's a couple jars. Here's a couple quarts of tallow. Oh my God, I got like 12 quarts of tallow between pint jars, half pint jars, whatever I had, and I canned it up. So I got a ton of tallow down there. I was like, perfect, because I got more frozen chicken wings I'm gonna pull out here, and I'm gonna fry my chicken wings in tallow here.
Here's another one I love. That recipe that your grandma has passed down for 30 years that she's given to all the neighbors and they've used for 20 years, that is not safe. And I'm like, wait a minute. The definition of testing a recipe is A, doing the same thing with the same result over and over again, and somebody else in an independent lab, which is somebody else's kitchen, doing it and getting the same result you did.
Right.
That by definition, scientific definition of testing somebody's scientific anything is the definition of testing it. If they do not know that and they're telling you that it's not okay, you probably might want to think and ask them, well, then how is it tested? And then they'll say, I don't know. Or they'll say, well, they haven't done any testing since 1980. Well, I'm sorry they haven't done any testing since 1980, but that doesn't make what I make in my kitchen unsafe because I've been testing it since before 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to quote Tammy's favorite phrase from her Facebook page, my kitchen, my rules. If your rules are to follow just the rules of the Canyon administration or whatever you want to call them, that's fine. You'll be fine. If your rules are make it up as you go and follow the basic rules of times and temperatures and all that, that's fine. It's your kitchen, your rules. If it works, it works. If you repeat it, it works better. If it didn't work, well, you might wind up in the hospital if you don't boil it ahead of time. But
yeah, it's like if my great grandmother was doing it and it worked, and nobody in their family got sick ever from it,
right?
That's tested and approved, in my opinion.
Oh crap! Tammy Harder just put up there the price of tallow at Sam's today was up $2 since I last shopped, just shy of $16 for two 11-ounce jars. Damn, I'm rich.
I'm rich too because I have 3 30-pound packages in my freezer I need to render. Tammy, I'm going to tell you how to get free tallow. You call up somebody who is advertising that they have a beef for sale. The Facebook Marketplace, you'll find 20 people that live somewhere in a 100-mile radius of you. You call them up and say, hey, if the person purchasing that side of beef from you doesn't take all their beef fat, I would like some. They'll say, I can't legally sell it to you. I said, I know, but I would like to buy your time for putting it on your porch. And you will be able to get beef tallow very, very cheap, if not free. Most people will give it for free.
A lot of butchers around here that you buy a whole cow from, they almost want to charge you for all the bones and the tallow because they use it.
Yeah.
Bunch of butcher shops around here sell their own tallow, which is all from the cows that they processed, or beef, steer, whatever. They make their own tallow and they sell it, and they sell the bones. Right. Well, I know Richard wants to get a half a cow here in next year, maybe. And I told him, I said, I'll go in with you. I want all the bones and all the fat.
Yep.
And I want to know the butcher, and I will talk to him, be like, I know you like to keep this stuff. I get it, but I'm paying for the cow on the hoof. I want it all. Everything. You can keep, if you want the heart, liver, and lungs, you can keep that crap. I don't want the head. I don't need that stuff. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll just put it in an envelope and send it to you.
Yeah. You get a freezer
whatever.
Bag. Freeze dry it and send it to me. I don't care.
I like freeze-dried cow heart. Ugh.
Do you know how much money that people pay to put the liver and the heart into little gelatin capsules and take it once a day freeze-dried?
No, didn't know that.
You're missing out on a major marketing money opportunity.
All right.
Freeze drying the cow heart. Oh, I can use it in my apothecary stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
and hold on, and a little freeze dried eye of newt to go with that.
You think this 100-year-old face didn't stay good with the collagen for nothing, okay? I know where I get my collagen from to keep my baby face.
That's why I make my own bone broth.
Yeah.
All right, we're well over the hour here. So coming up here tomorrow night, my other channel, Gray Man Prepping. That's Gray with an A. The topic is teaching kids situational awareness using games. Thursday night on Gray Man Prepping at 9 p.m. Eastern is the Midnight Ride. Friday night back here is grow what you eat what you grow. Whether you're growing just for you or for your livestock as well. So we're spreading that out. Saturday on Gray Man Prepping is after your loved ones are gone, what are your plans? And that is the last what are your plans of the series. We'll be starting on the Can You Survive series starting on September 5th. And then next Monday here is canning pumpkin and other squash.
Oh, we didn't discuss that myth, so we'll save that canned pumpkin myth for next week.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That wraps it up for tonight. Thank you for coming, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow over on Gray Man Prepping. It's Gray with an A. All right, everyone. Take care and have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.